Okay, you ready? I am back, or we're back, and guess what? Today's our anniversary!
Yay!
We've been together a whole year today. Whole year. 365 days with me. How you feel?
I feel like I've been through a lot.
Wow.
But,
not what I was expecting. Anyways,
but
so,
it's a good a lot though, you know? It's a very good.
Stop moving your chair. Okay, so the reason I wanted to record today on our anniversary was mostly because I want to give you guys some advice on if you're trying to have or maintain a long distance relationship while you're in school, or you're trying to maintain a short distance relationship, like he go to your school and he goes to the school down the street, and you're like, how am I gonna do this while I'm balancing schoolwork, extracurricular activities, you know, talking to your family every day, talking to your friends, going out, this, that, and the third, and dealing with the male species. Or if you're a guy trying to deal with the female species. So don't do that. Don't do that. So yeah, so we're just trying to give you guys some advice today. So first things first, how did we meet?
Ooh, we met during an internship.
Yes.
It was pretty cool. Like, everyone thinks this is the cutest story ever.
Oh,
you know,
my God.
I was pulling into the parking deck where I was working at, and she was pulling in after I had parked. And she looked at me like she knew me. Like, she was like I was like, do I know this girl? Like, she looked at me hard. Like, didn't even make it subtle or nothing. Like, I thought she knew me or something. So, you know, we basically ended up walking in together, and I was talking to another employee that worked down there at the what was it?
City council,
yeah,
or
the
city hall building.
Yeah, and you know, and she heard me say that I work on the 5th floor, so I never thought I would see her again. And then like later on into the day, I'm talking to a coworker, and the coworker point, and we turn around and we see girls like going back into the elevator, and I seen her puff, like she had like a puff ball.
If you know me, you know my puff is huge when I do puff.
And she was the only girl I knew that knew I worked up there, because none of the other girls knew. She was the only one who knew. So I'm like, oh, okay. She came back up there looking for me. Okay. So at the end of the day, I got off. She was still working, so I left my number on her car window, and I told her to call me.
I'm gonna put a picture of that after this clip. But yeah, I still have that picture. I took a picture of it, sent it to my friends. My friends were like, "Oh my God!" I'm so corny, but yeah, it was.
My mom was like, "Oh my God! Everybody.
Yes, I had my whole all my friends, family freaking out about this boy. I was like, I just met this fine boy. You know, he just gave me his number. Like, I'm about to text him or whatever. You know, but you gotta wait a few hours before you text him. You know, you can't be too eager. Can't be too eager. You know, I don't want to wait till the next day, because then it makes it seem like, you know, you're not interested or whatever. You took me to the drive-in movie.
What did we see?
Yeah, we went to see Finding Dory.
Because who wanted to see it?
I'm a child, I will admit that, but I love cartoons. I love cartoons. So went to see Finding Dory, and you know, fast forward, you know, it gets to the holiday time, sophomore year, this past year. And you know, during the summer, I told him, I was like, I don't want a relationship. We're not together. And then he was like, okay, but you're still my girlfriend. And I was like, what? So
I wasn't gonna take no for an answer.
He was not playing with me, and I
was
like,
but
okay.
In all seriousness, like I heard what she said. Like I like she thinks I didn't hear her, but I heard what she said. But the fact of the matter is, like, if I got really very, very close to her, so it got to the point where I was like, I can't be doing all this with you. Like, we can't be bonding like this and not put a name on it. Like,
so that's one tip right there. Don't spend hella time with somebody if you don't expect it to go somewhere.
Cause we spent hella time.
We spent almost every single day together last summer, and I was like, you know, this is just a fling. It's a summer fling.
She knew.
And he was like, no, we're together. And then what was it, in July or August? I don't know. He told me he loved me, and I looked at him.
No, it was like when you was on your cruise. You went in there and you told Tyra and everything, like,
cause you sprung it on me. You can't. Okay, so I went on a cruise last summer with my best friend, and he waits till I am out of the country to want to say, "Oh, I love you," and I'm like, what is this? I thought I was being punked. I thought this is some type of Jedi mind trick. I didn't know what to do.
She looked at me and hung up.
I did not hang up. I was confused, and I was just like, it was too much. He was doing a lot. So yeah, I didn't know.
And how did that conversation go with you and Tyra?
She was shook. I was shook. Shooketh, if you will. Yeah, it was too much. I didn't know what to do. Tyra was like,
cases, the guys don't say I love you first.
Right. Rare. Tyra was like, what the hell? She's like, you just met this boy. And I was like, exactly. So we were both just confused. Yeah, I don't know.
But I eventually got the love back.
Yeah, eventually.
And she cried, y'all. Like,
okay, he's made me into such a sap. So yeah. But anyways, enough about us. Fast forward to right now. We went through a lot the school year because, for one, I go to school in DC. I go to Howard. He goes to Tuskegee.
Yep. Where is that?
Yeah, no. He goes to Tuskegee. So it was a lot. This is my second long distance relationship. The first one obviously didn't work out, and I wasn't ready to get another one. I didn't want to be in another one because I knew how difficult the first one was. And one rule of advice I always give people, I tell my best friend this, I tell a lot of people this, like, don't fault the next person for what somebody else has done to you, and don't be so closed-minded when it comes to relationships, because the next person might be way better than the last person was. But if you don't want to give them a chance just because you was hurt in a past relationship, you're gonna miss out. So if I would have been I did tell him I didn't want to be in a relationship, but if he wouldn't have been persistent, we would not be together, and I wouldn't be as happy as I am right now. So I really, I thank God that I did, actually just go out on a limb and did try this with him, and he's been amazing. He still is amazing. But if I would have, kept comparing him to my ex, I would have never gotten anywhere. I would have never been with anybody else. I would still be single and whatever at Howard. So it's just like I do appreciate him for stepping up and being a lot better than my ex was, putting in a lot more effort or what have you. So
one thing about long distance relationship, I don't care what anyone tells you, guys and women, if you're in a long distance relationship and that person doesn't make time for you, a person will make time for anything they want to make time for.
Exactly.
So
you're gonna do what you want to do. So they tell you, I don't have time, I'm too busy. They have time for what they want to have time.
They're probably about to waste your time.
Exactly. So if they, they gonna show you their true colors before y'all even get together anyway. So if y'all are talking in a little situationship or whatever, and they're like, oh, I can see you at 2 a.m., but I can't see you at 5 p.m., there might be something wrong there. Actually, it's definitely something wrong there. Because, if y'all just have, like, that casual sex relationship, okay, that's another story. But if you actually want to be in a relationship with somebody and they're not making time for you to actually go out and do things other than having sex, then you obviously need to be with somebody else, because they're going to waste your time. Especially long distance, like, oh, I see you when I'm at home, but then when you go out, when you go off to school, they don't hit you up, or they're saying they're too busy. And I'm a part of a lot of different organizations, extracurriculars at Howard, and I still make time to FaceTime him every night. I still make time to, make sure he's doing okay in school, and just texting him like, good morning, good night, whatever. Like, even if there are some days that he would be so upset with me because I didn't have time that whole day, but I tried, at least at the very end, they'd be like, hey, how was your day? And he just like, it was fine.
I don't get that mad.
Yes, he does. He gets upset.
I don't get mad.
Anyway, I know I get mad when he don't talk to me all day, so whatever. But yeah, so it's just like you make time for what you want to make time for. And another thing too is, like, if you love somebody, you're gonna want to stick it out with them. Like, because that's how you really know that you really love somebody, like actually in love, that mushy gushy, I can't be away from you that long type love. That's how you know. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I was just saying, another thing is, find time to and the different, if you're in college, you definitely get breaks and things like that. So find time to, reconnect during breaks. Luckily me and her live in the same, city. So, when we get to come home, we get to see each other, for Christmas and Thanksgiving, stuff like that. When we just started out, our long distance relationship, her father actually flew me out to DC. He paid for the tickets and everything. Like, once I got there, I had to have my own money, but he paid. But the fact of the matter is that this man flew me out. For her, like, he Howard homecoming at that.
Yeah, he didn't do it for me.
If you go to Howard, you know how lit homecoming is. So It's a lot of people that wish that they could go to Howard homecoming and they ain't even got no bay at Howard.
I mean,
so.
it was just a really great experience. One, for the fact because I have this guy who barely knows me. You know, he ain't know me for real. You know, he was like, he knew me, you know, because I had been around that summer. But you know, like, you know, that ain't something you do for somebody you know him for like a month or so. You know, he know him for like a few months. You know, and but I was just really grateful for, you know, that free pass to go down to DC and just, you know, spend time with her and
he didn't waste it though. That's another thing too. Like,
yeah.
One thing I appreciate about him is that when he did get up to DC, it wasn't like, oh, you know, I'm just gonna be in your dorm room, ain't finna take you nowhere. Like, we was out that whole weekend. Art Fest was Friday. Saturday, you know, it was the, what's that joint called? The cookout thing on the tailgate. Yeah, I forgot the name of it. So that was tailgate. So he came, he saw the tailgate. He went to a house party Friday night. You know, it was fun. We had an amazing time. And he didn't waste that trip. Like, he could have easily came up there and been like, oh, you know, I'm gonna go out and stuff, but I don't really want to take you nowhere or whatever. Like, some niggas do that. Some guys do that. Like,
I've never been the type to just want to stay in the house. Even like when we first met, like she always was talking about how I went. Before she met me, she was up in the house after you know, her internship, whatever, you know, kind of just
be
chilling.
bored out of my mind.
No, she made me. I'm like, no, we finna go out. We finna go swimming. We finna go to these water parks. We finna go. I tell y'all, she has almost blew me up and my family up with firecrackers on the 4th of July.
That was funny. That was so funny.
Marcus, I lit the big one. I'm like, well, you did what? Bow, 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 bow. Everybody running, screaming. I'm like, oh my God.
Anyways, back to the advice. Okay, we're not gonna focus on me. Okay, it's about us as a unit. All right. Anyway, so
I told you I've been through a lot.
Anyway, I make things fun. Okay, with long distance relationships, you just have to try. You have to really put in effort, but it shouldn't be so much effort that you are losing yourself. It shouldn't be so much effort that you are falling behind in school or, you know, just stressed out all the time. Like, a relationship, it shouldn't stress you out. Contrary to popular belief, it should not stress you out, especially in the honeymoon phase. Like, our parents always say that we're in the honeymoon phase right now. My parents met when my mom was 20. I'm 20 right now. Like, she knows exactly what we're dealing with right now. Like, this is a honeymoon phase. You want to be together all the time, up on each other all the time. That's why she just like, oh, y'all gonna be like that for the next, you know, few years or whatever. Like, and then my mom got married at 22, so yeah, they got married very young. So they
eloped.
they got married very young. So it's just like, my parents already know what it is. Be open to being open to his parents or her parents. Like, if you have issues with the parents or right off the bat, don't take that out on him, or don't take that out on, like, your significant other, because it's not their fault. Like, some parents are gonna understand your relationship, some parents will not, especially when you long distance, because it's like, you know, the parents are gonna like, what's the point? You could be with girls at Tuskegee, you could be with guys at Howard. Why are you picking this guy that's all the way in whatever? Like, he in Timbuktu and you all the way somewhere else. Like,
but
what's the point?
distance makes the heart grow fonder.
It definitely does, because I know soon as I get on that plane to go back to DC, I'm gonna be wishing I was with him at home, or I'm gonna be wanting to fly to Tuskegee or whatever. Yeah. It'll be like a month, and he'll be like, oh my God,
Man, that spring semester was tough, man.
Spring semester, that brings up another good point. Spring semester, I know for me in particular, is very hard because at Howard, everything picks up. Every single thing you could imagine picks up spring semester at Howard. So it's like, you know, you try to deal with your extracurriculars. My spring classes this semester weren't that rigorous, but like, I know next year they probably will be. So yeah, your extracurriculars, your classwork, your friend groups want to go out every doggone weekend. And then, you know, he gonna be doing the same thing. So it's like, you trying to find time to talk to each other. And you just like, you know, you're not talking to me as much. And you're not talking to me as much. And da-da-da, da-da-da. And I see you on Snapchat, but you ain't text me back. That type of thing. That's, you know, a millennial problem, but
yeah, you know, if she claimed that I get mad when she don't call me, I think spring semester when it was like really like where I felt like, you know, you could be texting me more, but you know, you just sit there, you don't get mad, you just, you know, you try to express how you feel.
Yeah.
Because you know the other person gotta do stuff. You know, it's like, you know, just tell them like, hey, you know, maybe we can make time doing this. We make time during this time because I know you're doing this and that and that. You just, you know, you just don't. Being mad at each other doesn't solve anything.
It doesn't help anything.
And it takes energy away from what you need to be doing.
Yep.
So.
Because a lot of times it's like, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And if it's like, if I come at him like, you don't know what texting you back and da 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 da, it's not gonna help nothing. As opposed to, you know, I know that you're busy, but you know, I think we should talk a little bit more. Da da da. Like,
thank God she wasn't one of them girls that like to yell and scream at me.
Oh no,
like,
I've never been.
Oh, you remember that time you had called me on the phone? You was just like, "What are you doing?" And I was just like, "I don't get my hair braided."
Man, I am so calm when I'm mad. It's scary.
And then you just blew up on me just for a second. Ooh. Like you just had to drop a bomb real quick. Like,
oh, that was.
I find it funny how this always doing. Like, I was like,
if
whoa.
your girl call you and ask you what you doing, 9 times out of 10, she probably already know what you're doing.
Oh man, I was just getting my hair braided, y'all. I was getting my hair twisted. Shoot.
That was funny. But me, like, I'm very calm. I'm a very calm person 99% of the time. So when I'm upset, he hasn't seen me my maddest. Like, in high school, I used to go off on, like, almost every guy I've ever talked to. I went off on them at least once a week, maybe every other week. Just because I had so much built up anger, just because I was frustrated with my own self. And, like, a lot of times, your self-esteem will come into your relationship a lot. Like, if you don't love yourself, how you gonna love somebody else? And you know the old folks say it all the time, but it's the truth. Like, I couldn't learn how to love him until I learned to love myself. And he really pushed me towards that aspect, too. Because it's like, when you get showered in compliments all the time, it's like, okay, maybe he might be right. You know?
Yes,
maybe my hair is nice. Maybe, you know, maybe my nose isn't as big as people think it is. Like, it's just, you know, you start to second guess a lot of the insecurities that you had.
Because look at this right here. Watch this. She was not used to this at all. Like, she wasn't used to being touched. She wasn't used to public affection. Like, no. I don't care. Like, I'm gonna kiss you in public. I'm gonna hold your hand. I'm gonna smack your booty once or twice, maybe when you go out. You know, I'm like, you know, it's like, hey, like this. That's the show ownership. That's the show that, like, hey, ownership. Like, I don't care. Not ownership, but you know, like, that's show love. Like, that's like, I don't hide it from nobody. I don't hide it from public. I don't hide, like, if I love you, I'm gonna show it no matter where we are. You know, like, hey, like, I'm gonna kiss you.
Yes.
Kiss your cheek, kiss your forehead, kiss everything.
That's another thing too. Like, there's gonna be stuff that he's gonna be used to and you're not used to. Like, I was never used to public displays of affection. He's always been used to that. So, you know, try to new things.
I'm affectionate.
Try to be affectionate. Try to be loving.
I like to give it. I like to get it.
I'm not a hugger. I don't do that. Like,
you don't hug me.
Yeah. So yeah. So always just be open minded. Like, that's the biggest thing about being in a long distance relationship. Okay. Sorry, you guys. I'm alone now. Marcus had to go to work, so I just wanted to just close out and I really hope you guys got some good advice from my video. I hope you guys are inspired and, you know, keep the faith. And, you know, just if somebody comes along trying to love you, let them. And if they ain't trying to love you, bye, baby, bye. Okay, so yeah. Yeah, so thank you for watching, and I will see you next time on my next video. Bye.
What can I say?
I don't know. What you want to say?
I love you.
I love you too. First, I'm going to start off with dry hair. I haven't washed